teaching our children, and you're not free to do your job because the only way anybody can gauge you is by a number on a standardized test. And needless to say, in my personal life, you're most certainly not free if the county clerk gets to tell you who you ought to marry. Freedom in its richest sense. Not just freedom from government, freedom from taxes, but freedom to live a life of your choosing, which only happens if we have good government. Yes. Good government that secures freedom just as much as bad government of any size infringes on that freedom. Let's go out there and remind everybody how freedom works. Yeah. Now, rather, let's talk about security. Because I am sick and tired of the idea that security, or patriotism, belongs to one side of the aisle. Especially right now. We're the ones who know there's a lot more to security than putting up a wall from sea to shining sea. We know that security includes cybersecurity, which I'm not sure a lot of the people in charge right now even understand. Security in the face of a rising tide of global, violent, white nationalism. If you can't name it, you can't fight it. And, by the way, let's talk about what might be the great security issue of our time, climate change. Yeah. I had to fire up the emergency operations center of our city twice in 2 years. The first time was a 1,000-year flood, and the second time was a 500-year flood. So either I got to go start playing the odds, because I got amazing luck, or something is changing around us. And we're not even having a contest between whose climate plan is better, because the other side can't bring itself to admit that this is even real. So let's call climate what it is, climate security, a life and death issue for our generation. But if we want to defend our freedom and ensure our security, then we've got to make sure we have the right kind of democracy. Democracy shouldn't be a dirty word. Our democratic republic is an elegant system, but lately it hasn't been quite democratic enough. It's not democratic enough if legitimate voters are denied the opportunity to vote because one side thinks as a matter of political strategy that they're better off if fewer people are able to vote. I don't think we're as democratic as we ought to be if dollars can outvote people. And if the only way to fix that is a constitutional amendment, then isn't that what the amendment process is for? If we really want to call ourselves a democratic republic, maybe we ought to do away with a system where districts are drawn such that politicians get to choose their voters instead of the other way around. Yeah. We know what we have to do. And with this new vocabulary, I think we can reach people who, for any number of reasons, may have stopped listening to what we have to say. But we have to actually get that out there and do it. We have to do it in communities of every stripe, of every size, red and blue, because where is it written that a so-called red state or red county has to be red forever? They didn't start out Republican. They don't have to be Republican in the future. But we got to get out there and talk to them. And that's what this process is all about for us. I know that these are challenging times, but the Congresswoman had it right. Spring is here. And as grim as it might be, as hard as it is to take our eye off what we see on cable, because grotesque things have the quality of drawing your eye, and we can't take our eye off that show. But the show is not what matters. What matters is our everyday life. And our everyday life is subject to the decisions that are being made by people with power over our life, and that's what elections are all about. So we've got to change the channel. Yes. And that's what we're about. I'll leave you with this. I know it's getting pretty warm in here. I believe running for office is an act of faith, and it's an act of hope. And so is helping somebody run for office. So even though I'm starting to feel really encouraged by the fact that a month ago I was just trying to get people to say my name, and now we seem to have attracted a little bit of attention, we know that this is just the outset of a process, an engagement, a dialogue with the voters. I'm going to need you to help spread that word. Not just that I belong at the table. I think we got that far. But that this is the way that we can begin to win not just an election, but an era. So, can I count on you for some help?
Yeah!
I feel pretty good about the future. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. Here for Team Mayor Pete. Obviously, we'd love to have all you guys volunteer for the campaign down the road, but if you're interested in getting a photo with the mayor here, we are going to arrange a photo line. That being